Day 3, game day. For each of these 24 high school quarterbacks, this is the final opportunity to earn a spot in the Elite 11. Their journey will either continue on to Portland, or it will end here, today. But first, the next set of rankings are released. So each player will know where they stand heading into this afternoon's competition.
I'm pretty locked in right now. I should be able to finish the day strong, so I'm looking forward to it.
It was kind of the same thing as yesterday. I kind of just looked at the first name, and if it wasn't mine, I kind of just skimmed right past it.
Just got one more day to give it all I got, get invited, and just compete. I'm better than that, so I kind of like put a chip on my shoulder and was like, let's go today.
You know, I just had to come out and just prove that I should be in the top 11.
You know, I usually get in the locker room before a game, this is kind of our game day, and coach is going through what we got to do to win. The win is what you've done the last 45 hours. I told you when we first met, you're part of the coolest fraternity you're ever going to be part of. And I didn't lie, did I? This is the greatest group of humans we've ever had. Adversity has hardened you. You've had heartbreak, and it's built in you somebody you should trust. So today, just go out there and rip it. Have fun, have a blast, chest bump, high five, and get after it.
The players take the field for the final time, 7-on-7. Each quarterback will have an opportunity to compete against a live defense and see how they stack up. This is hands down the most important day of the Elite 11 finals. Touchdowns will be scored, but players must also make the right reads, check down to the correct receiver, and fit the ball in tight windows. In the end, the coaching staff will have the metrics they need to make a final decision and decide who makes the 2017 Elite 11 class.
Day 1, shorts and a t-shirt, you're going through drills. Day 2, you're throwing against air. And I get we put a lot into it, but you're throwing against air. Now, you got to throw against something real.
We have our coaches calling plays for these quarterbacks, and it's based off the concepts that they've installed within this weekend.
Push good here, sit down at their space.
You have to read, process, execute on time.
Motion gun, empty right, gone right, Smith Z post, I'm already.
That's pretty.
7-on-7 for the bubble guys, this is it.
This is an important one to watch. Nice job.
There are guys that are not in the 11 right now that I think will be by the end of the day. There's 2 to 3 guys that are in the 11 that may not be there at the end of today.
It can certainly be a huge difference maker for some of these last 3 or 4 guys that are sitting on the bubble of whether they're going to make the 11 or whether they're going to unfortunately miss the cut.
There it is. There it is. Oh, Manny.
Nice.
Now, there, boy. Perfect. Perfect.
Quincy, come on.
In particular, 7-on-7 will have a strong impact on the fate of Virginia Tech commit Quincy Patterson, who came into the competition ranked number 23, but has moved all the way up to number 12, and has an opportunity to play into the Elite 11 on the final day. Patterson hails from Chicago, Illinois, a city not known for grooming high-level quarterbacks. And his initial low ranking at the Elite 11 was a result of his lack of experience as a passer.
The type of offense we run is a spread out of the gun, so I'm never understanding, like, literally never, unless you're doing a QB sneak or it's the end of the game and I'm doing a kneel.
And I'm counting my blessings, but changing the way that the game is played. I was destined to shine, I was born great. I'm truly gifted, I've learned to control my fate.
The past 3 years we've run the ball 80% of the time. That wouldn't necessarily prepare me to be at the next level, so I had to take advantage of the opportunities I have outside of my school and, you know, outside of, like, my neighborhood, I guess you could say.
For Patterson, growing up in a city so burdened by crime, football has been a shining light and offers the potential for a way out.
Living in Chicago, you know, you tend to not take things for granted because you see people die like every day.
He's never walked to the corner store over here. He's been here almost 8 years. I'd rather keep him close to me, know where he's at, know that he's safe versus just letting him go.
Well, I have a couple of friends, like they've been in gangs and then, you know, they post something on Facebook and then 2 days later they end up dead because of what they posted on Facebook.
There was an 8th grader, I want to say Quincy was in 6th grade. He was actually killed right here on this corner.
This is a corner where all the gang bangers used to be able to be right here, right there, and then they'll be right here too. In Chicago, if they don't know who you are and you're in their neighborhood, you're either gonna get shot at, or like followed.
The stuff that you hear on the news is real.
And he know that he don't want to become another victim of it.
School was always something that was very important. So it hasn't changed since football has come.
I would tell them, if you don't have the grades that we think you should have, you're not playing, because that's what it's about.
I'm gonna be a mechanical engineer at Virginia Tech, and when I went to the engineering building, I just fell in love.
Coming up, Quincy was just curious. The age of 8, he started taking things apart and putting it back together. Once he entered high school, he was taking all honors and AP classes, and it was a challenge for him, but he loved that challenge.
Right now I have a 4.7 on a 4.0 scale, just by, you know, staying determined and just knowing what I have to get done and, you know, just making sure that I don't let anything get in the way of, you know, those priorities.
I'm extremely proud. And I told him, you know, when he chose Virginia Tech, like, wherever you go, you earned it.
7-on-7 rolls on, and the top of the class raises the bar big time.
Truck right, 3-jet look, H first.
Play concept, then let's look here.
See, is this play action?
So one-on-one. Ready? Let's go.
With each QB out to prove he's the best.
Just run the street.
Come on. Yeah. Let's go.
Back underneath, got him. Boom, what you got?
Killing it. Good job, Matt. There it is.
That thing was humming.
Clemson commit Trevor Lawrence, who coaches compared to Joe Flacco, continues to show why he's the #1 quarterback in the country.
That's really good. You got a quick release. Man.
My goal coming here originally was to be the top guy.
Oh my goodness.
I think I've done pretty well up to now.
Like, you gotta challenge yourself, or you get bored out here. I already know.
Let's go.
#2 ranked Justin Fields, who has shown similarities to Jameis Winston.
Way to go, Justin!
Displays a remarkable mix of athleticism and knowledge of the playbook.
Nice touch, Fields. Nice touch.
Good ball, bro. I feel like I've done everything I can.
Nice.
I'm just gonna continue to get better, and if I make it to Portland, I'll definitely be ready to compete.
Down. Set, go.
Match up outside. Oh! Good ball. Good ball.
And Florida commit Matt Corral, whose arm reminded coaches of Matthew Stafford, demonstrates an ability to put a touch on the ball when necessary.
Good. Really good progression.
Good check down.
Matt, it's perfect.
Everything we throw with no defender should be 100%. So now that we have defenders,
Dime.
I just got to know the playbook and give it all I got and just compete.
That is the future of the game right there, is doing the right thing over and over and over again.
For Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who has yet to start a varsity game at quarterback, 7-on-7 is particularly important.
I was really working on just being mentally prepared, and if I made a bad pass, like, give that self-talk and that confidence to really go back the next play and throw a dime.
Even though DTR comes into the final day ranked #8, he will have to calm the mind and perform near perfect to keep a spot in the rankings. His lack of high school game film has worked against him from the start, and the coaches will be paying particular attention to his 7-on-7.
He'll spin the ball, because that's what he does, but can he be consistent?
1, 2, 3. If you get quarters, you can peek here. Okay. And then finish it with 2 to 3. All right. Dorian, first play, lot going on. If you go through this progression, can you actually subtly kick back each time like we worked on?
The throw that stood out for me, for Dorian, was play 1.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow.
Probably the most impressive thing he did was he understood, this guy hasn't played a lot of football, but he understood there's a lot of different tempos.
Got it, steal it, steal it. Nice, good job. Great job with tempo. You couldn't have thrown that one up there. That was perfect.
Nice job, Dorian!
Sorry, I'm a little loud. I was tracking attempts, completions, and then touchdowns, more to kind of give feedback to his quarterback coach.
She's like my biggest supporter. She's my biggest fan.
Yes! Let's go!
Considering this is a kid who's not started a varsity football game yet, you know, for him to come out here and compete and handle the pressure, he's doing really, really well.
You're making this look too easy, DTR.
Let go, Dorian!
That was a good catch.
Dorian. Great job, man. Yes, sir. Proud of you. Having fun?
Yes, sir.
Good job.
DTR's performance was impressive, but his fate won't be decided until later. For Dakarian Joyner, who came into the competition at number 5 before slipping out of the rankings, he must have a big day in order to take someone else's spot in the Elite 11.
There we go, double right, belly pass, right, Brady, F shallow cross, 1 over, ready?
Okay, I feel that.
Say go.
Here we go, DJ, here we go, babe.
Nice.
Nice, nice, Dakarian.
Okay, hello.
Oh, what a ball.
Shot carry on, babe. Out of way.
He completed it. He moved the chains.
Nice. Move the chain.
Put the ball in the end zone.
Out of babe, way to rip.
This was kind of the time to like let it loose and like show the coach what you're working on.
Okay, we'll take it. Wheelhouse. Job, DJ.
I relaxed, I balled, I was confident, and I trusted myself.
Last play.
I was pretty solid.
5, 4. Oh, yes! That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That was beautiful.
Yes! That way to finish. Nice ball, son. Nice job. That's a way to finish, man.
4 drives,
Appreciate it.
4 touchdowns. Only 3 quarterbacks found the end zone more than Dakarian Joyner in 7-on-7. But the competition is not based on TDs alone, and the coaches would have to determine whether he made the right reads along the way. So would it be enough? Or would another quarterback step up and knock him out? The last day of the Elite 11 finals wears on.
Good, good, good. Look at that. I see it, dog.
And as Virginia Tech commit Quincy Patterson readies for 7-on-7, he's joined by some welcome guests in the crowd.
He's enjoying it. He said it's going to be an experience that he won't forget. And he's learning a lot. He said he's going to have a lot to take back home.
Patterson's parents took the 4.5-hour flight from Chicago to see their son compete, which was a long journey for his father in particular.
My dad has end-stage renal failure, which is kidney failure, essentially, and his kidneys are at 0 function.
No, I got one, thank you. We told Quincy after the football season.
Yeah, we didn't tell any of the kids right away.
Right.
We wanted to get more information. The first diagnosis was an end stage. In March of last year, that's when it became end stage.
The only thing I was really worried about literally was paying the bills. For a long time, I was always at work. I mean, literally, I would work 7 days a week, sometimes 24 hours a day.
And it's funny how sickness can change your outlook on life, too. Because since the diagnosis, I can tell that we all have come together.
He goes to dialysis 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And dialysis is basically how he lives. If he doesn't go to dialysis, basically he'll die.
I literally had Quincy and his football to distract me from it. I was literally like, I'm gonna stay on this ride until my wheels fall off.
I try not to take the time that I spend with my family for granted, considering the conditions of my dad. And then being in the city of Chicago, you kind of know that life is short and that anything can happen at any moment. And then next thing you know, that person's not in your life anymore.
All right, fellas. Quincy!
For Quincy and the Patterson family, the Elite 11 has been a welcome distraction. For the ride to continue, Quincy has to impress the coaches in 7-on-7.
Gun, double love, gone love, Wilson, 1-on-1, ready?
We're gonna expect a lot out of Quincy today. Can you quiet your mind? Can you calm your nerves?
Quincy, come on.
When you have a defense and drops are still a little foreign to you, can you put touchdowns on the board?
I wonder what plays they call. Because he had 27 that he had to learn.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
It's super important that Quincy shows that he can play quarterback, not just play athlete.
Go, baby. That's what you do, Quincy.
Hey, train left Fox too high, Winston, one-on-one.
Get it out. Boom. We'll
Good.
take that.
Good. Good job, good job.
We're in the red zone. Touchdown, check down, it's first down.
Oh, kill! That's a big time play. I'm gonna hurt myself, didn't you?
We are at 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Yes, that's where we throw it. That's the first look, Q. Good job.
Here's a guy who plays in a really simple offense in his high school. He runs more than he passes, and today in 7-on-7, his first time executing these concepts against live action, he was getting to his third and fourth receiver.
I'm talking about skill set right there, bro.
Smart.
Good job. Red zone, touchdown, check down.
It just felt way better than, the past 2 days. I was more zoned in and I wasn't focused about what everybody else is doing.
Nice read. Are you kidding me?
He went out there and he played from under center, not in the shotgun. He did play action pass.
Quincy!
He threw guys open. He made big boy throws.
Good. Oh, good job.
30 seconds. Last play.
Here we go.
We had about 30 seconds left, so I knew we had to get a touchdown. A completion isn't good enough at that point.
Just keep dealing, Q. Just keep dealing.
I'll take it.
Come on, baby, finish it off.
Oh, God.
Come on, man.
Oh, my gosh.
In the end, Patterson went 12 for 20 with 3 touchdowns in 7-on-7. But would that be enough to crack the Elite 11? On the next episode, 7-on-7 is in the books, and the coaches must determine which quarterbacks will join the likes of Andrew Luck, Jameis Winston, Matthew Stafford, and so many before them in this elite fraternity. The 2017 class must be decided.
I would be comfortable taking 18 of these kids, but we gotta whittle this thing down and go about our business the right way.
You saw him in the 7-on-7, the ball came out on time. He can throw it, and he has a little chip on his shoulder because he feels like he's been a little slighted throughout the process.
He wanted to prove that he was worthy of being in the room with big names around the country. I wouldn't be shocked if he took a run in Oregon to be the top guy if he took the tools and progressed at the cadence he did over the last 3 days.
From everything we've put him through this weekend, he's checked all those boxes.
Now the hard work is what's coming next.
Find out who gets sent home.
So no matter how much I love you, and I believe if I took you to Oregon, you'd shred it. I just can't do it.
And who earns a spot in the Elite 11 and a ticket to Portland for the opening, the most competitive high school football tournament in the country.
It's these epic 5 days on Nike World Headquarters.
You are the Elite 11. This week is about who's going to be the MVP.
I'm sure some of these kids will be playing on Sundays.
Whenever you have the chance to compete, you always want to bring your best.
What I want to see, get 100% and let's have some fun.
Yes, sir!
Oh, here we go! Score!
It's got all the bells and whistles you can imagine. It's just all ball, all day.
I definitely feel like I deserve to be in Elite 11.
If I make it to Oregon, it'll definitely be a dream come true.
If I make it to Portland, I'm gonna win it all.
Oh! Touchdown! There you go. Good. Great ball. Here we go. Nice. Got a boy.